Hello everyone, good evening. So here it is given. Here we should start from question number 18 onwards. So it is given that in the adjoining figure D, E and F, D, E and F are the midpoints. E and F are the midpoints of the sides BC, CA and AB respectively of triangle ABC. And it's told that DE and DF intersect at X and and D CF and DE intersect at Y. Then we have to prove that XY equals to 1/4 times BC. So XY equal to 1/4 of BC, that will be. Now so the proof will be like this. That we'll say that in triangle ABC, F and E are the midpoints. F and E are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. AB and AC respectively, since it is given. So therefore, I can say that FE is parallel to BC and FE equals to half of BC. This is by using the midpoint theorem. By using the midpoint theorem. Also, you can say that this DD equals to DC, which is equal to half of BC. Since it is given that D is the midpoint of BC. D is the midpoint of BC. So therefore, now in triangle, no, in quadrilateral BDEF, quadrilateral BDEF, you can say that BD equals to EF. BD equals to EF, since both are equal to half of BC only. It is proved above. And BD is parallel to EF also. And BD is parallel to EF, which is also proved above. Since C is parallel to EF, which has been proved. So therefore, I can say that BDEF is a parallelogram. BDEF is a parallelogram, since here one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Since one pair of its opposite sides are equal and parallel. Equal and parallel. So hence we can say that the diagonals BE and DF bisect each other. Hence, the diagonals BD, no, BE, diagonals BE and DF bisect each other at their point of intersection, which is X, at X. So hence we can say that X is the midpoint of BE. So X is the midpoint of BE. So here the reason for the diagonals BE and DF bisect each other, the reason is that since in a parallelogram, the diagonals will bisect each other. Diagonals bisect each other. X is the midpoint of BE. And similarly, in quadrilateral DCEF, quadrilateral DCEF, quadrilateral DCEF, DC equals to EF. DC is also equal to EF, which is equal to half of DC. This proved above. And obviously DC is parallel to EF. DC is parallel to EF also, which is also proved above. So I can say that DCEF also is a parallelogram. So DCEF is a parallelogram. Since I can say since here one pair of opposite sides, one pair of its opposite sides are equal and parallel. Equal and parallel. Hence we can say, hence the diagonals DE and CF bisect each other. The diagonals DE and CF bisect each other at the point Y. Since there is an age that since in a parallelogram, the diagonals always bisect each other. The diagonals bisect each other. So I can say that, so obviously Y is the midpoint So here actually we can also say y x is the midpoint of DF. Instead of saying, okay, x is the midpoint of B and DF also. So similarly here we can say y is the midpoint of CF as well as DE. Y is the midpoint of CF and DE. Now we have shown that FE is equal to half of PC. So now therefore we can now in triangle DEF, Y and X or X and Y are the midpoints of X and Y are the midpoints of the sides DF and DE. Midpoints of the sides DF and DE respectively. So therefore I can say that XY is parallel to EF, is parallel to FE, and XY equals to half of FE. By using the, and here the reason is, since it is proved above, it's proved above that X and Y are the midpoints of DF and DE. And here the reason is, by using XY is parallel to FE and XY is equal to half of FE, by using the midpoint theorem. By using the midpoint theorem. So now FE I can say that is equal to half of BC. FE equals to half of BC. FE equals to half of BC. Which is proved above or proved earlier. So I can say that XY will be equal to half of FE, which means equal to half of BC, which is equal to 1/4 of BC. So hence put. Then here in question number 9 it is told in the adjoining figure AD and BE are the medians of triangle ABC. So here we have a triangle ABC. So here AD and BE. AD and BE are the medians of triangle ABC, and DF is parallel to BE. DF is drawn, which is parallel to BE, so that CF equals to 1/4 of AC. So that we have to solve. These two are equal, and these two sides are also equal. We can take this point as G. So it is given that AD and BE are the medians. Here this G is not required also actually. So here we'll say that so it is given that AD and BE are the medians of triangle ABC, and TF is parallel to BE. DF is parallel to BE. DF is parallel to BE. DF is parallel to BE. And we have to prove that TF equals to 1/4 of AC. So the proof is that so here we will say that in triangle ABC, D and E are the midpoints. D and E are the midpoints of the sides BC and AC respectively. Since it is given that AD and BE are medians. AD and BE are medians on the of triangle ABC. So I can say that now in triangle CBE, D is the midpoint. D is the midpoint of BC, which is given, and DF is parallel to BE, which is also given. So therefore, I can say that F is the midpoint of BC. F is the midpoint of EC by using the F is the midpoint of EC by using the converse of midpoint theorem. By using the converse of midpoint theorem. So I can say that CF equals to EF, that is equal to half of CE. And also CE equals to AE equals to half of AC. Since E is the midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC. So hence you can say that CF is equal to half of CE, which is equal to half of AC. Since why CE is again half of AC. So hence which is equal to 1/4 of AC. So CF is equal to 1/4 of AC. So hence proved. Then here in question number 20, here two parallelograms are given having a common angle, which is A. So this is ABCD, and this is another parallelogram inside. This is AEFG. So angle C has been told is 55 degree, then determine the angle F. So angle C is equal to angle A, this is also 55, so this will be also 55 degree. Since why angle A equal to angle C, since opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal, and also we can say that angle A will be equal to angle F in the same region contact. So hence angle F will be equal to angle C, which is 55 degree. So 55 degrees the answer. Then here it is told in triangle ABC, there is a triangle ABC where AB is 5 centimeter, BC is 8 centimeter, and CA is 7 centimeter. D and E are respectively the midpoints of AB and BC. So D is the midpoint of so D is the midpoint of AB and E is the midpoint of BC. Then find the length of DE. So DE we can join. So now here D and E are midpoints of the sides AB and BC respectively in triangle ABC, which is given. So therefore I can say DE is parallel to AC and DE will be equal to half of AC by using the midpoint theorem. By using midpoint theorem. So therefore I can say that the length of DE will be equal to half of AC, which is half of 7 centimeter, which is 3.5 centimeter. 3.5 centimeter is the answer. So hope all of you understood till this question number 21. Still any doubts if you have, please write that in the comments. We shall obviously clarify them. So thank you everyone. Bye.